Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. We are from Group BSN. My name is Rafatia binti Abdul Latif.
My name is Nur Shahira binti Mak Sharif.
My name is Fairuz Akila binti Abdul Rao.
And my name is Eli Fitia Rohmah.
Introduction for Bank Simpanan Nasional. It was officially established on 1st December 1974. The Bank Simpanan Nasional Act 1974 enabled the transfer of the management power from the Postal Service Department to the Bank Board of Directors. With that, BSN was officially launched on 5th December by Yang Amat Berhormat Tun Haji Abdul Razak bin Hussein, the second Prime Minister of Malaysia. Microfinance is a category of financial services targeted at individual and small business who are lack access to conventional banking and related services. Thus, the BSN was offered the Tema Niaga Air Tawarruk for those who are intent to expand their business. These are the scenario of a businesswoman named Iman Damia who opened a bakery business in 2017. She needs the financing to expand her business to the next level. Tema Niaga Air Tawarruk. Tema Niaga Air Tawarruk is open to all Malaysian small business owners. BSN Micro Tema Niaga Air Tawarruk helps get the enterprise up and running at low profit rates and flexible repayment tenure. This facility is under the Tawarruk concept. Tawarruk refers to a muamalah with the two stages of a transaction. The two stages is, firstly, the customer purchases an asset from the bank at cost price plus profit payable with a deferred payment. Subsequently, the customer sells the asset to a third-party broker for cash. The terms and conditions to apply the Tema Niaga Air Tawarruk is must be a Malaysian citizen, owns a valid business registration and business license. A business or a company must be in operation at least for 2 years on a full-time basis, and without guarantor or with the guarantor earning must be 2,000 ringgit per month. Financing rate is from 5,000 to 50,000. The financing period is 12 to 60 months. Annual sales turnover 3,000 to 150,000, and the profit rate is 6.38%, and the late payment charging is 1% from the outstanding amount. The mode of payment are: there are several ways that can choose to pay the installment. Among them are manually via saving or current accounts using a bank transfer or even an auto-debit facility. These are the sample of the modus operandi that have been used in Air Tawarruk Tema Niaga by BSN.
Personal financing. Personal financing is known as personal loan in common basis. In BSN, it's known as BSN Aflas Fixed Personal Financing. It's a Sharia contract which is using the concept of buy-ina. This concept involves the selling and buying back transaction by a seller, which is bank, on deferred payment basis. BSN will charge customers an amount that known as profit rate for providing them with a personal financing facility. Financing limit can be up to 100,000 and maximum to 200,000. The tenure of financing can be from 1 year to 10 years as maximum. Approval duration may take 5 working days. So this is the sample of modus operandi or framework that used by BSN. This is a buy-ina contract between the bank as original asset owner and the customer as purchaser. So for the financing rates, customer will be charged based on profit rate that is stated by the BSN. So for the financing amount from 20,000 to 49,000, it's 6.50%. Meanwhile, for 50,000 to 100,000, 6.40%. So for the current BSN base rate is 4.10%. And then for the floating rate can be 2.40% that been stated by BNM. So this charge will be paid by the customer on a monthly basis. Late payment charge is actually a late fee that needs to pay by customer for making a required minimum payment on personal financing. So in this case, the customer need to pay some amount when they overdue their personal financing limit. And then BSN has set the late payment charges that need to pay by customer. So the first one, within the facility period. Okay, these are the calculation. And then for the second one, the after facility period, and the calculation has been stated. And according to BSN, late payment charge consists of compensation and penalty. The penalty can be channeled by the bank to the approved charitable organizations. And meanwhile, for the AFR, it refers to the rate as may be determined by the bank and subject to change from time to time. How to convert from conventional personal financing to Islamic personal financing. So first thing, the customer must get update information on loans such as recent loan balance, interest rate, penalties if available from the recent loan. And second, provide personal information such as full address, phone number, and email address. And then for the third one, select personal refinancing objectives, such as in this case, migrate to Islamic personal financing. And for the last one, bank will close the conventional account and convert to Sharia compliant financing.
Sijil Simpanan Premium SSP BSN. What is BSN SSP? Sijil Simpanan Premium SSP is a savings instrument that has been launched since 1978. SSP also is a Sharia compliant product that offers chances to win prizes in SSP draw. The savings in the Sijil Simpanan Premium is guaranteed by the government, and the prizes in the Sijil Simpanan Premium that are offered by Bank Simpanan Nasional are exempted from income tax. The main objective of Sijil Simpanan Premium SSP are to encourage and educate the citizen of Malaysia to keep savings and investment their money in the Bank Simpanan Nasional. The scheme also will act one of the ways to attract public to save money via their scheme. As a result of the purchasing premium savings certificates (PSC), the bank will eventually give reward on the certificate that is successful in the random selection. Who is eligible for SSP BSN? It is open to all Malaysian citizen, permanent resident, and foreign citizen with a permanent address in Malaysia. To open an account of BSN SSP, the minimum purchase for BSN customer is at least RM10 for one unit, while the withdrawal will be eligible once reached more than 45 days and may redeem fully or partially after 45 days for the purchase date. Why SSP BSN is permissible by Sharia? There have three reasons why SSP and BSN is permissible by Sharia. The first reason is it is using mudarabah, which is the profit sharing ratio, where the bank will act as the mudarrib and the customer will act as the Rabbuman that provide their capital. The second reason it is because Sijil Simpanan Premium SSP funds are invested in Sharia compliant instrument and asset. And the last reason it is because the prizes are given from the sources of fund of the Islamic banking scheme. Next, this is the modus operandi of Mudarabah account that have been used in SSP BSN, where the customer will act as a Rabbumal that provide the capital, while the bank will act as a mudarrib that manage the investment according with Sharia principle, then the profit is shared by both parties. In BSN, the customer will purchase the certificates of SSP BSN at least RM10 for one unit that is considered as the sources of capital, while the bank will manage the capital into the investment according with Sharia principle, then the profit of the investment will be shared by both parties. This is the flow for customer to apply BSN SSP. The first step, the customer must have a valid BSN ATM card, as BSN SSP are designed especially for BSN customer only. The next step, the customer will fill the form to buy the BSN SSP, minimum RM10 per one unit. Then the BSN will process and print the certificate, and the customer will keep the certificate and may redeem fully or partially after 45 days from the purchase date. The differences between SSP, BSN, and personal financing. SSP account is an saving account, while personal financing is a financing account. In terms of type of contract, SSP account is used mudharabah contract, and personal financing is sold by INA contract. In terms of profit rates, SSP account doesn't provide any profit rate as it is used mudharabah contract, which is profit sharing, while personal financing, the profit rate is 6.50%. The personal financing is considered as a higher risk compared to the BSN account. The tenure of financing for personal financing is 5 to 10 years, while SSP account is 45 days. The personal financing have penalties which is based on the financing, and the collateral is based on the contract, while SSP account doesn't have any penalty and collateral.
Not enough money to make ASB loan? Don't worry, we have BSN My Ringgit I. My Ringgit I is a secured personal financing calculated on a variable rate basis. Amanah Saham Bumi Putra ASB financing is another form of term financing to purchase ASB unit trust. All qualified ASB investors under the Amanah Saham Nasional Berhad guidelines, starting at the age of 18 years old to 65 years old at the end of the financing tenure. The Sharia concept used is commodity murabah or tawarruk, which refers to buying and selling of the commodity as the underlying asset on the deferred basis by way of murabahah, or sale contract with the disclosure of the asset, cost price and profit margin. Then, selling it to the third party to obtain cash. The tawarruk concept also involves wakalah contract or agency, which adopt a dual agency agreement. In detail, Step 1. When bank receive customer request, bank buys commodity from commodity broker. Bank pays purchase price and ownership transfer to the bank upon purchase. Step 2. Bank sell commodity to customer at cost plus profit or murabahah. Then the ownership transfer to the customer. Debt is created or a deferred sale. After customer are agreed, bank as agent to sell commodity to the broker, and then the broker settle the purchase immediately. Commodity transfer to broker, and second last, bank as agent remit the commodity sale proceed to the customer. And the last one, customer make deferred settle to settle debt from the murabah. So, what are customer obligations? For the rate, current BR 3.85%. For the monthly installment, customer will pay RM 557 and 26 cents. For the total payment amount at the end of 30 years, we get RM 200,000 and 614 and 70 cents, and the total profit cost at the end of 30 years, we get RM 95,614.70 cents. What if the customer fail to fulfill their obligation? So bank have the right to force sale the ASB unit if the customer fail to make 2 months or more installment payment. And then the bank may set off or transfer any credit balance in your account maintained with the bank against any outstanding amount in this financing account by giving 7 days prior notice before such set off or transfer. The legal action will be taken if you have failed to respond to reminder notice, and legal costs will be borne by you if applicable. And then legal action against you may affect the credit rating, leading to credit being more difficult or expensive to you.
Next, what if customer fully settle the financing before its maturity? Early settlement is allowable at any time by giving written notice to the bank. The bank shall grant IBRA or rebate to the customer where there is early settlement or the early redemption of the facilities. Second, settlement of the original financing contract due to financing restructuring exercise. Third, settlement by customer in the case of default. And lastly, settlement by customer in the event of termination or cancellation of financing before the maturity date.
THANKYOU, thank you, thank you. THANKYOU, thank you, thank you.